Hey everyone, it's Rachel. This is the first vlog I've done in a little while. So today I'm going to be doing, I think it's going to be like a week-long vlog, but I am going to be resetting my room today, which I haven't done in a little while, cleaning up. I have to make my bed, do my laundry, and just random other things. So I thought I'd do a little like reading vlog, reset vlog, especially the beginning being more reset and reading because I'm hanging out with my boyfriend today and we wanted to read and my cat wants to play. So let's talk about books real quick. Then we'll talk about resetting and you'll see me wash my face and stuff. So exciting. I know you love. Firstly, this week you'll probably hear me talking about Yellowface. I am actually listening to the audiobook of this one. I bought the physical book a while ago because it was right around when it was like after it became a Reese's book club pick and I was like, oh no, I didn't already buy it. And I had read Babel, which love Babel. I know this is a completely different book. This woman that she is like an aspiring writer, like kind of failing writer. Here's my cat. She has this friend who is an amazing writer. People love her. Anyway, she ends up dying. The main girl, June, she steals her manuscript like this other writer, Aurora, Athena, she never has people read her manuscripts until she's done. So June happens to be at her house when Athena dies and she steals the manuscript. I am so far like 30 something % into it. I bought the physical copy though because I saw it somewhere and I was like upset beforehand because it became a Reese's book club pick. I think it was Reese's book club pick. And I was like, oh no, it's going to have that sticker on it now everywhere. And then I saw it without the sticker and I was like, I have to buy it immediately. So I'll talk more about how I'm feeling about this one in a bit because I have certain thoughts. Additionally, right now I haven't been really reading much other than graphic novels. I recently finished my book club pick, Puppy Show, and I think it'd been a while since I'd finished a book, but I finished this one recently and I was like, okay, so I need to go on into reading some other actual book, or not, the graphic novels aren't actual books, but like reading some like narrative books. Yesterday, I annoyingly made my boyfriend pick out 3 books for me to read, which I think I might try and actually read those this week because why not? So let's see the ones he chose for me off of my TBR shelves because my goal right now this year is to read off my physical TBR. And so here are the books he chose because I was like, maybe it'd be nice because I keep looking at them and I'm like, I know I want to read like all these books, but it's hard to choose sometimes what I want to read, and maybe it'd be nice for someone else to choose for me. So here we go. First we have Made for Love, and this is by Alyssa Nutting, and this one is about this girl, Hazel. She ends up marrying this CEO founder, like billionaire, who's kind of like an Elon Musk figure, who implants this device into her brain that can control you or something. It's like a brain chip or something. She ends up running away from him. She is originally like lived in a trailer park and stuff. It has an HBO show and I'd been wanting to read it. So next up is The Deep from River Solomon. Yetu holds the memories of her people, the Wajinru, descendants of pregnant African slave women thrown overboard by slave owners. And I think it's like they live underwater. I don't know what that was. Anyways, they live underwater and sounds interesting, super short. Lastly, we have Final Girl Support Group. He was like, I feel like this is going to be fun. And this is a Grady Hendrix. I have read a good amount of Grady Hendrix. I read We Sold Our Souls, How to Sell a Haunted House, and My Best Friend's Exorcism. I really enjoy him. And this one is like This one's like horror movies. In horror movies, the final girl is the one who's left standing when the credits roll. The one who fought back, defeated the killer, and avenged her friends. The one who emerges bloodied but victorious. But after the sirens fade, the audience moves on. What happens to her? And this is like this one girl who's a real life final girl that we're following. I think I might start with this one. It looks pretty fun, and it has like little inserts in it. So I think that looks pretty cool because I'm like, I love inserts. I love a multimedia sort of thing. Yes. Anyways, so let's get on to my morning routine and then cleaning and such. Yes. And I think I have to go to 7-Eleven, so I'm going to get a coffee there instead of making it myself, so that's exciting.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room.
Okay, it is time for me to start reading. I'm actually going to go outside to read because it's a really nice day outside. Everyone's doing yard work and hanging out, so I just had some sort of German pancakes. My boyfriend made them. I will see you guys in a bit. I've made my bed. I cleaned up my office a little bit, cleaned up my room a little bit. I'm going to keep cleaning later, but I'm going to take a moment just to read and hang out and digest my food and then get back at it.
It's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality.
Hey, so I'm at the park right now. It is Monday after evening. It's like 6:30. I'm going to do yoga with my friend. Last night I read a good amount, like 70 pages of Final Girls support group, and I am loving it. I had to go to bed, but I also did a good amount of cleaning. I watched this movie called You're a Lot of Trouble. You're trouble. I think it's just like You're a Trouble. It was Dan Aykroyd directed it. It's Chevy Chase, Demi Moore, John Candy, a lot of people, and it is so dumb. It was the dumbest thing ever. Dan Aykroyd put so much money into it that it's like they basically went broke on it, and it was like, never give him another movie again. This man is wild and crazy. He's insane. So did I enjoy it? Kind of. I enjoyed the experience of watching it. It was just so ridiculous. Chevy Chase, he has a financial newsletter or something, or newspaper that he works at. Demi Moore needs a ride to Atlantic City. He doesn't really know her. I don't really understand what's happening. And then there are these two people that want to go with them on a drive. I don't know. Anyways, so they go driving and they're like, oh, we want to take the scenic route. And Chevy Chase is like, okay, sure. And so they take the scenic route and they end up going through this crazy town called Van Valkenburg or something. They get stopped by a cop, they end up in a car chase. They have to go to the courthouse, which is in a junkyard. It turns out the mayor's the father of the sheriff, and the deputies, their cousin, and there's a mechanic. It's insane. It's wild. It's like Rob Zombie directed a comedy. Horrifying movie. Just look up some images from it. You'll be like, whoa,
How did you even sit down and watch that? Because I did. Tell me if you've seen it. Anyway, so I'm now at the park. Gonna do some yoga. I listened to most of Yellowface so far. I'm almost done. And I just want to say before I do finish that firstly, what's her name again? God, I'm so bad at character names constantly. Athena, that's her name. That's the one that actually wrote the book that ends up dying. Athena really like, it seemed like she really was June's friend, and June is just such a massive horrible person, just massively horrible person, and such an asshole. And of course it's supposed to be your like unlikable narrator, and it's true, she is so unlikable. I'm really enjoying it because it is just a different perspective, and the fact that she feels like she's doing a good thing by publishing Athena's work under her own name, like she's like helping society basically, because they need this narrative. Well, they could have had it under Athena's name. Excuse me. I'm enjoying it. I've heard such mixed reviews about it though, and I think that's pretty interesting. I wonder what people think about it that didn't like it and why that is. I remember hearing them, but I don't know exactly what they were. Anyways, so I'm right now, I'm like looking around like people are going to watch me, but do you know who doesn't care if people are watching me film myself? It's me. It's me. Anyways, so let's see where my friend is, and bye-bye for now. I'll show you some images of the park and stuff.
Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe.
I'm back again. We're on the floor of my room, and we're talking about the Final Girl Support Group. I was going to say club. It's a group. I'm only like 85 pages in. I was going to say percent. I'm not almost done, but I'm 85 pages in. I don't think I really said much to you yesterday about it. This is Tuesday. I didn't film much after yoga. I got home. Well, I went to the grocery store, then I got home, then I had a headache. So I just kind of chilled and fell asleep. I didn't read it all because I was like, my brain can't look at words. I just can't. So here we are now, and I am really enjoying it. It is fascinating. It kind of reminds me, if you enjoy Scream, it's kind of like a commentary on horror in a way. So each of the final girls, because you have 6 final girls, each of them, their lives or like what happened to them is reminiscent of very like obvious movies. So like Halloween, Friday the 13th, Scream, other ones, maybe Texas Chainsaw is one of them. Some of them I'm not sure of yet. Some of them I haven't like actually really figured it out. But I am getting there. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of understanding. But what happens is, it's the first day, or like one of their groups. They've been together for 16 years. They get together monthly. They're all in the LA area. We're following a very paranoid one. I mean, obviously so. You're a final girl. And all of them have had multiple things happen to them where it's like their killer comes back. Or most of them have like sold the rights, or all of them have sold the rights to what's happened to them, so that there's like franchises and stuff like that. And it goes through it in one of like the multimedia sort of things, where those are like between each chapter, there's like a page of an article, a page of like the doctor's entry thing, a page from like a book or something like that. And then the titles of the chapters are as if they're like the book, as if it's like the first movie, second movie. So it's like Final Girl Support Group is the first one, and then Final Girl Support Group 2, and then it's Final Girl Support Group 3D, and that's where you're like, wait a second. And then it's Final Girl Support Group Return of the Final Girl, or something like that, for Return of the Final Girl, something like that. And it keeps going like that, as if they're movie titles, where it's like kind of spoofing off random horror movies, like, and they're like
5 billion sequels, you know. One of the final girls, they're all in support group this first meeting, and one of the final girls turns out they're dead. We obviously all go into a tailspin. Everything's going freaking crazy, and it really is. It's going insane. Like, a lot of stuff is happening. We're following Lynette. I still don't know what her movie's supposed to be. They're not named the same things, like their movie or whatever. I don't think we know exactly what happened to Lynette yet. We just know like little tidbits because she hasn't gotten there. We're reading the first person, so she hasn't like given us that information yet. And it's high action. So if you want a high action horror book, this is definitely it. I've always enjoyed Grady Hendrix, but this is like from the jump. They're going there. I kind of love it. And I'm glad I'm reading it because I really needed something high action. Additionally, I also finished Yellowface, and you know, it kind of got like, I really enjoyed it. I ended up giving it a 4. But it kind of got into like an action-y sort of thing where it's like we didn't have to go there really with this book. Maybe I want to give it a 3. I don't know. Sometimes I'm really bad at judging books. I'm really bad at rating. Don't remember that because you need to know that you can trust me. Trust what I say, not how I rate. Because I don't know what's going on and I rethink things so often. I can't help it. Anyways, thanks for being here. I'll get back to you later. Might show you some of my night. I have literally no plans. I might see my boyfriend. I don't know yet. It's Wednesday. It's like, girl, get it together. Get it together. Talking about me. So, I read some yesterday of Final Girl Support Group. I'm still reading it. I'm not done. I'm at page 120. And I'm enjoying it though. I really am. It is very high action ridiculousness. And it's like, there's a lot of... It has great pace because there's a lot of changes happening. Very often you end up in a new scene, a new place, a new problem happening. That's kind of what's going on. We're finding out about each of these final girls and what's going on with them. I mean, through Lynette's perspective, which I think is really great because it drives the narrative so well. Anyways, so today I'm going to read some more. It is right now about 5 o'clock. I just got off of work, and then at 7:30 I'm going bowling. So I'll show you that too, because this girl can't bowl. Yeah, so that's the plan. Anyways, off to read. Maybe I'll actually do some B-roll footage. Good job, Rachel. I mean, I did earlier, like on Sunday and Monday, but not yesterday. Yesterday, you just got me talking to you for a second, and I was like, bye. Peace out. Anyways. Ta-da.
Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading.
It's Thursday. I'm halfway through the book. I am really enjoying it. I really like Grady Hendrix, though. I was talking to my friend last night about it, and we were just discussing our favorite, just like craziest moments from Grady Hendrix books, because there's always those moments that you're just like, ah! You know, the car scene from We Sold Our Souls, or the needle scene from How to Sell a Haunted House, or the arm scene from How to Sell a Haunted House. That is crazy. Anyways, I was also looking up negative reviews for this because I was really wondering what people didn't like. I think a lot of people found it confusing, which, I mean, I understand. I feel like it's hard not to take the time to constantly try and figure out who's who to real like movie franchises, which is something that I was doing for a little bit. I did
go on Reddit and someone had written down all of them, which kind of helped. So I don't really think that's a spoiler at all because we know they're each final girls and we kind of start figuring it out. It's not really like a giveaway to me personally, knowing which girl is which from a movie franchise in real life. It doesn't really change the course of the book as much as I can tell. And if it does, then it doesn't. Anyways, the main girl, Lynette, she's from Silent Night, Deadly Night. Yeah, Silent Night, Deadly Night, something like that. It's one that on this Reddit forum, everyone was like, never seen this movie. I've never seen this movie. Let me know if you've seen this movie. I do want to watch it. It's not available on any of the streaming platforms I have, but I might rent it. Not within this vlog probably, but I am curious to actually see that. And I think it makes sense that we don't really understand her story, or Grady Hendrix chose a more obscure one so that we have more surprise having to do with her. Whereas the other 5 girls, it's pretty obvious. Like, it's not a surprise, it's not this big reveal of like, whoa, but with her, it's like, you don't really know what happened to her until she starts breaking it down for you at some point. I don't think that's a reveal either, I don't know. It's the journey, not the whatever. Hopefully I finish it like tonight or something. Taylor Swift's new album comes out at midnight tonight. I think it's at midnight tonight. It should be. So I'll probably be listening to that. Other than that, I don't really have any other plans. Yesterday, obviously, you'll see that I didn't go bowling because a bowling league took up all the lanes. Like, they came in and took up all the lanes. And my friend had called beforehand to see if there was if they knew of any leagues coming in that night. And they were like, no. And then it was like, boom, like at the time we were going there. And so we ended up going and playing pool instead, which was a great time. It's like my usual movie crew that gets together, but we were like, let's do something a little different. We get together most weeks, but not every week. It just depends. That's about it though. I am going to go back to what I'm up to. And yes, I'm working from home today, so most of what I'm doing is working. But I just thought I'd stop in and give you a little update as to my life and what I am up to, and the fact that I read more of my book yesterday than I told you about. So hopefully tonight I will finish it. I'm sure. I have no plans, so sure. Bye.
What's so bright? It's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
Hey y'all, almost bedtime, or kind of is bedtime on Thursday, and I did finish Final Girls Support Group. I keep wanting to call it like Final Girls Support Club. I really liked it. I don't know what all like the negative talk is about. It's like a 3.5 on Goodreads. Like, that's pretty bad. I had a really fun time with this book. I think it was very high paced and action intensive, and it's like very Grady Hendrix being Grady Hendrix. End of the day, I loved it. I thought it was fun. I went to the bookstore today and I did buy a couple books, even though I said I wasn't going to recently in my book haul videos, but I'm trying to do like mindful book buying, like books I'm actually going to read. I like really think of, like, if it's been on my TBR for a long time or something like that. Hopefully that works out for me. Wish me luck. Anyways, next up I'm going to read The Deep. I don't know if I'm actually going to start this tonight, but I might. I was like, let me pick the shorter book of the two that are left, so at least I get a win in right away. Hopefully I read it pretty fast, but wish me luck. I'm going to go to bed soon. I was like, maybe I'll stay up and listen to the Tortured Poets Department, Taylor Swift, but at the same time, I'm kind of sleepy. I don't know if my brain can work too hard for that. So I might just listen to it tomorrow while I work. That might be a better suggestion for me. Anyways, good night. Hey y'all, it is Friday. I am right now working from home, and I am
This afternoon, I'm going to make myself a little lunch, and today, at some point later, when I'm done working, I'm going to read The Deep. Okay, that is the plan, but I just want to tell you about my plans for the day and the fact that it is a new day, and get on here. So I listened to TTPSD, as this one guy on TikTok calls it, or in other words, the Tortured Poets Department by Taylor Swift. And I have not listened to the anthology, I think it is. It's like the extended edition yet. I really did enjoy my first listen through, but I'm excited to see what the rest of it brings. And just like see how my taste develops in it and how I feel about it as I go. Other than that, well, back to that for a second. My God, it is such a slam. It is a slam. She is an angry lady and I love it. I love an angry Tay-Tay and it makes me feel really good and I'm very excited. It is very quill, ink pen, ballpoint, ink pen, inkwell? I can't remember. Anyways, but it is not boppy. It reminds me of Folklore Evermore, and a lot of people have been saying it's like Folklore Evermore, but with more of a midnights sort of thing to it. Like she really enjoys this new way that she's producing music. You would think I'd know how to speak about music. I used to write for a blog for a while about music, like an online zine sort of thing. I don't know. That was like, I would go to shows and write reviews for them in my local area. So you'd think that Rachel would know how to write about music or talk about music, but maybe I don't. Look at my hair. It's crazy. Anywho, I'm going to make myself some food. Tonight I'm hanging out with my friend Katie. I'm very excited. We're going to tie-dye some stuff. That is the plan right now. And I have some things that I need to tie-dye because I tried bleaching them and they're black and I like over bleached them. So now they're like white/orange and like very white/orange, like too much. And now you can't really see the graphic. That doesn't matter here. Anyways, as I go, I will get back to you. Maybe I'll show you a little bit of something at some point in my evening as the time progresses. But anyways, I'm going to make myself some lunch, get back to work, and talk to you later. So it's Saturday, it's the morning. I've been doing this vlog for a week. I am reading The Deep. I'm enjoying it so far. It is very immersive. It feels very like, I want to say like The Little Mermaid, but like that's completely not right. It's like I imagine the scenery from The Little Mermaid, you know what I mean? But maybe that's because there aren't many mermaid narratives or like, I mean, they're not called mermaids, they're called Wajinru, but like there aren't many narratives like this of underwater dwelling people. It's a little different. By a little, I mean a lot. It is very like fantasy, but it's rich. It's very rich and immersive. I think I just said that. I think it's interesting and it kind of gives like a narrative to something very tragic and sad and disturbing. Well, not a narrative to that, but a narrative to the lives lost. Almost like a hope for like something better. People pass away and we hope that they have this wonderful afterlife, creating something out of something so sad, horrifying of the past of like the slave trade, writing history, not in a way of like erasing history, obviously. I'm really appreciating this. I am not too far. Last night I was supposed to hang out with my friend, but she was packing to go somewhere and she was like, hey, I actually don't think I can hang out. And I'm like, totally fine. I just went over to Bob's and we baked cookies. He made me a bratwurst. Like, we didn't really do anything too crazy. And I read a little bit of my book. I also sewed a little bit of my jacket. Maybe I should show you that in a second.
because I think this might be the end of the vlog, honestly. I will hopefully finish this very soon, but I'm not going to be vlogging for over a week. But I do think I want to vlog more often, and I think I am a little better than I was before, because I feel like I used to do a lot of like, I don't know, I think I get more B-roll now, which I think is important. And I think it's also part of the reason why I decided to vlog now is because I felt like my channel was becoming very much so not about me. That sounds egotistical, but no, I just mean like I want to show more of my life and who I am as well, and not so much just me sitting in front of a camera. And I mean, that's what I'm doing right now, but me sitting in front of a camera giving you a list of books or something like that, but also like, what do I do, you know, like what am I up to, what's my life like, be a little more vulnerable, which I'm fine with. So let me go ahead and grab that jacket I just said I was going to show you. Overall, I read 2 full books and part of The Deep. So good job me. We did Final Girl Support Group, Yellowface, and part of The Deep. That's a lot for me because I have not been reading very fast. I did like make myself a list. Oh my God, I keep saying I'm going to stop talking to you. Anyways, I just made myself a list. You know, I make myself TBRs. I never stick to them. They're all lies. If you ever see one of my TBR videos, just know I'll probably read 1 to 2 of those books in the matter of time I'm telling you I'm going to read them in, because I am you know, I was going to say I'm a mood reader, but I'm just a reader. I'm just a person. I'm a human. Maybe there's no such thing as being a mood reader or whatever reader. You just are. We just are. Okay, anyways, it's a bit much. Anyways, I wrote myself a list because I was trying to like get down like, what do I want to accomplish? What type of books haven't I read enough of this year? What am I in the mood for? I got a good amount of like short story collections because I've been really wanting to read some short stories. And some of my unfinished videos, oh my God, some of my unfinished videos that I've made before were like me trying to read short stories. Eventually I'll post some of those because, you know what, whatever. And I'll sit and talk about what was going on with me. Where did I go? Who is she? We'll never know. Anyways, let me get this jacket. It's really big, but I think it's like so Bob obviously is a punk, and he's like, you call it your battle jacket because you make it yourself and stuff. It's like the cute thing that punks say, you know. So I've been working on this, and I wanted to be very pink themed. Let me show you the back. So that's what it looks like right now. I really like the back patch on it. I think it's pretty fun. I took an old tie-dye shirt that I cut up earlier and used the front of it for something else. It looks very lab coaty. It's kind of big, but I have a couple other patches I want to add to it. And then I also want to bead some words into somewhere, like around here. And I have some like cute colors and stuff. Maybe we do some Taylor Swift lyrics, because what's not a punk if they don't love Taylor Swift? I'm kidding, I'm not a punk. Anyways, I'm whispering. Yeah, there's a needle in this right now in the back. I'm gonna be careful while I sit in it. I also got like a sweatsuit. Oh, I just leaned back. There's a needle in it. Whatever. Also got this sweatsuit that I'm gonna do a full project on too. Maybe I'll like vlog again and I'll show you me working on it. I don't know. What do you expect from me? Anyways, I'm gonna keep reading The Deep, and then later I'm gonna get together with Bob and we're gonna read Ubik together. We will like get the same book and both read it together at the same time, like when we're hanging out. And so we're doing Philip K. Dick's Ubik, and I'm pretty excited. He's very excited. We read Annihilation together before, so this is his pick. Mine was Annihilation, and then I'll get a pick next time. Let me know what you think we should read. Anyways, maybe I'll just force him to read something I'm already reading. No, I have to curate it. I have to curate it to him, you know? But also something I want to read.
great ideas. Anyways, love you. That's the end of the vlog. Oh, I have like a cut on my lip. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. I appreciate all of you.